Give us a sense here of what this means. Is this a big deal?
It's an extraordinary point of communication between DCG, Digital Currency Group's founder, Barry Silbert, and the shareholders of DCG, which we have obtained. And the reason it's interesting is because they're saying, A, if we try to raise capital, we'll let you know. B, we've been hearing that investors across the globe really have gotten a better sense of what's been happening at DCG into its books. Remember, its Genesis unit is the unit that had halted withdrawals last week, and that is the unit, the lending unit of that unit, that people have been concerned about after halting withdrawals. Genesis trading has resumed trading, and of course that is another big counterparty in the industry people have been concerned about. Now listen, really, this is Barry Silbert talking about the relationship between all of these entities, and some of the new details we have is the liability that DCG has to Genesis of more than $500 million. It's another $1.1 billion promissory note due in June of 2032, and that was tied to the fallout from Three Arrows Capital. So really what we're learning from this letter to shareholders is the ties between the Genesis entity and the parent company at large.
Scarlett.
And of course, you had reported to us yesterday as well that we were hearing that Genesis may be filing for bankruptcy. It's not there yet, but this is something that they were warning their investors of.
Right, and so there is an issue here where you see that if some of this were to happen, if there were a bankruptcy filing to happen for a Genesis unit, what you're really seeing DCG do, and a lot of its counterparties and people around it are saying to you that it could be okay. Genesis is one part of a massive empire of Digital Currency Group, and what you're seeing from Barry Silbert, he says to shareholders, to this day, I've never sold a share of my DCG stock. They have not borrowed all that much. DCG's only debt, they say, is a $350 million credit facility from a small group of lenders led by Eldridge. So to the extent they seek financing, it would be a pretty extraordinary and rare moment for DCG to let somebody into this empire. But we are getting a lot of details between how they all play together in this empire.